Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Bragg, and I'm going to take you on a quick tour of our Merlin platform App Finder toolset. What this application is meant to do is really be able to search, find, select, and install Fiori applications for you. So it all starts with the application here that's hosted on BTP. So this is a BTP Launchpad service. This application was built in Business Application Studio, as well as is hosted in the HTML5 repository within BTP itself. So this is an end-to-end SAP BTP platform hosted here within our Accelerators Launchpad here at Mindset. And I'm going to take you through the application as a quick demo of exactly what this does. So this is built as a wizard-based toolset that has 5 steps involved, 6 with the review step at the end. But first things first is what we really want to be able to match this up to usage of your SAP system out there today. So there's a couple things we can do in these select options in the variables here that you see that you can select from. We can either enter T codes manually into the system. We can use a standard upload template. So if I were to say standard upload, I can download the template to use to be able to copy and paste T codes that I'm interested in into. I can use an STO3 report. So, based on an actual system usage, or I can select a variant that I've used in the past. So I can look at anything that I've done before. In this test user, I haven't actually used a variant before. So what we'll do today is we'll just enter a T code here for an example, but know that when you're looking at a ST03N report from transaction usage, you can get 2,500 T codes, 10,000 T codes. Just depends on exactly where people are at. I think the customers we've used this with so far has been right around 2,500 to 5,000 T codes that will come up in one of those reports of monthly transaction usage. The next thing I can do is really search and look at the SAP version that I want to match my T code to Fiori apps. So we're using the standard Fiori apps library as an open API that we can connect to look at the different information that we're going to go after. So this is selecting the SAP version, just as you would if you were searching for an individualized app in the apps library itself. So going through, let's say my customer is on an S4HANA 2020 system, and we want to look at some service T code. So I'm just going to type in IW31, and just as a quick example, we'll only use that one here today. So IW31 is a service order example. We also have some help screens here to see exactly how I might want to go about this. In fact, let's just do 2 just for a good measure. So we'll do MIGO as well as the service transactions, but probably focus only within the service area. So down in the lower right-hand corner here, I can hit next. And what this is doing right now is going out to the Fiori apps library and bringing back the information that I've asked for. So what Fiori applications standardly available for S4 2020, taking all my selections into account, are available for this SAP system that I'm working in. So you can see my IW31 transactions resulted in about 5 applications out there. GUI apps, transactional apps, WebDim Pro apps based on what they're there for and what they're trying to do. So I also have a lot of MIGO apps here. So MIGO does a lot of different things. That means there's a lot of different individualized Fiori apps for those. I can maximize my screen to see exactly how many fields, what I'm looking at here. So functional areas, device types, technologies that are involved. I can also look at this in a little bit different of a format. So I can look at this by function, which is really cool. I can see how many applications are tagged to the different functional process areas. I can also look at what types of applications are out there. So transactional apps, SAP GUI apps, WebDim Pros, and analyticals in this case. I can also look at what UI technologies are involved, as well as what job roles are out there. So being able to match this to a certain persona and see, how many apps I may want to put out there for my maintenance planner. I may only have 2 applications that I should look at for that. So a lot of really good, easy to see, quick to view information for what apps are out there. So let's say I want to now select a few of these and get them installed into my system. What I can do from here is I can choose what I want to take forward. So let's say I only want to be able to process a maintenance order. So that's one Fiori application. I can hit next. It only pulls my selection across. Notice I'm getting a few different fields here now based on what I've selected, because now we're looking at the actual implementation of this app. So I need to know what business roles it's in. I need to know technical names. I need to know target mappings, the catalogs, everything that I would need to be able to implement this. I can also look at other fields that are out here. So I can still look at application types, functional areas, Lighthouse apps, UI5 technologies, things of that sort. Now, if I am ready to actually look at how I would map this Fiori application into my catalogs, groups, roles in a Launchpad. Oops, sorry about that. So like I went back one too far. So what I can do now is save and proceed this. So if I go to the next level here, you can see I've done this demo before. I already have a catalog, a group, and a role assigned to a service technician. So the service technician is in the service area that I can either, let's say I can delete this or I can add more. And basically I'm just looking for business catalogs and technical catalog names that this tool will create for my Fiori Launchpad configuration. So I have a service technician catalog, I have a group, and I have a role. That's all I need to be able to proceed to the next step. So this step was all based on making sure I have catalogs, groups, and roles. And for roles, we want to make sure people can look at the roles that are available in their system or create brand new ones based on where they want these apps assigned. So as soon as I proceed here, I now can do the mapping in between my catalogs and groups and roles to the actual application that's out there. So I will just pick the example that we have here, our service technician groups, catalogs, and roles. And we should be good to go. And so now coming out of the application here, I see I have a T code, I have an app. If I want to see exactly what this is about, I can look out there within the Fiori Apps library and go through my maintenance order documentation. So this is a direct link to this specific app. And you can see it meets all of our criteria of it was available for S/4HANA 2020. It is on the HANA database. Here's its app ID. Here's the lines of business that it's in. Those are all the things that we're pulling into this area as well. So if we just even look at some of the other fields we have out here and pull those into the table and take a look at all the things that are there for us. So this gives us our exact configuration guide for when we hit the next button. We can automate this and send it to either a backend S4 system or to a Fiori Launchpad service in BTP. So our initial release of this is connecting to remote on-premise systems via cloud connector to the S4 reporting system. But our previous version of the tool was also just giving this as a configuration item to our solutions delivery teams, which would give a report view of this stuff. So that's the end-to-end App Finder tool set where we're really trying to get the right Fiori applications to the right people, the right processes, and the right personas at the right time. So thanks very much for the quick demo.